Hey real estate nerds, this is Alex Yoder with Pro Tip Tuesday, my favorite day of the week. And today I want to talk about the fact that 30-day demand notices, if you are a housing provider with a federally backed mortgage, are here to stay. The reason that that's important is that there has been some traction lately on the federal level where it may be determined in the not too distant future that the CARES Act provision requiring 30-day demand notices should have or does expire and will go away. However, it has been memorialized now in Colorado via or through this 2025 legislative session here in Colorado that that provision is here to stay, even if it goes away on a federal level. So again, if you are a housing provider with a federally backed mortgage, which is the majority of people with mortgages, you will be required still, even if it goes away on a federal level, you will still be required in Colorado to post 30-day demand notices. If you don't have that, then you can do the normal 10 or in some cases 5-day demand notice. Talk to your attorney if you don't understand the difference. The thing that's confusing about this, and the bill number is HB 25-1240, is that the bill title is Protections for Tenants Who Use Housing Subsidies. But this provision is not specific to people who are getting a housing subsidy. So that's why it's confusing. This has nothing to do with people that have housing subsidies. This is anybody who has a federally backed mortgage and is renting out their property and what that demand requirement is going to be. The other thing is, I've had a lot of questions about, hey Alex, how do I get a copy of, or a summary of all the bills that have passed during the 2025 session here in Colorado? And our company did a write-up which we posted on the Colorado Springs Landlord Forum on Facebook. So if you are not a member, please join that group and look at the documents section and pull up our write-up. But also, you should be a member of the CHC, which is the Colorado Housing Coalition, and they will soon be sending out a similar, better summary that goes into more detail and has had an attorney review it. That's going to be going out to all of its members. If you are a housing provider and you are not a member of the CHC, you definitely should be. It's not expensive to contribute, and it helps that organization pay for its lobbyist and to stand up for small landlords here in the state of Colorado in a way that's balanced and reasonable to try to keep this a good landscape for individuals who have properties. The last thing I want to point out before I finish up this video is, if you haven't read HB 25-1168, which is called the Housing Protections for Victim Survivors of Gender-Based Violence, you definitely need to. If you don't know how, again, go to my bill summary. There's links for all the bills, or you can just go to the Colorado General Assembly website, just Google Colorado General Assembly, put in that bill number, and go read that bill, print it out with a highlighter, and make your notes, and then call your attorney to review all those things, because that bill is by far, in my opinion, arguably the most complex bill and confusing bill that we have seen passed in many, many, many years. Hopefully this was helpful. Sorry for the news. We'll see you next week.